Agency for Healthcare Administration. The bills would have created additional regulatory requirements for memory care communities. For example, the bill expanded or would have expanded the current scope of memory care from, we use the term Alzheimer's disease or related disorders, to a broader term of Alzheimer's disease, dementia, or other memory disorders. That could have added an additional, by our estimates, 8 to 18,000 residents within the concept of memory care. Additionally, the proposed language risks blending lines between what we call true memory care and communities that offer optional services for residents who want to keep their mental acuity sharp, as well as between memory care and limited mental health. Now, I do want to point out there were aspects of the bill that FSLA supported. One of the concerns that people were trying to address was making sure that there was at least one staff member present in the secured memory care unit 24/7. One of the concerns AHCA had, and very valid, was they did a survey and there was no staff in that area. The staff was outside in the car smoking a cigarette. That's something we can all agree, hey, well, that's something we need to fix. But aside from that, though, we respectfully opposed the bills themselves, testified against them in committee, and we're working behind the scenes with the bill sponsors and legislators to inform them of the industry's concerns. Again, ultimately, that bill did not pass last year. I'm sure we'll see it again next year, and we do look forward to working with AHCA on that. So we'll see how that goes. All right, next we are going to look at Senate Bill 1656 and House Bill 1429. And these are by Senator Collins and Representative Fabricio, respectively. Some of y'all may have had the opportunity to meet Representative Fabricio yesterday. He was here as part of our legislative visits in our reception and upstairs in the hall. Interestingly, Senator Collins seems to be the most likely choice for Governor DeSantis to appoint as his lieutenant governor. A post that has been open for many months now. The bills, they sought to make a number of changes to the insurance code. Part of the bills were intended to reform the law that governs CCRCs, right, continuing care retirement communities, especially provisions intended to give Florida's Office of Insurance Regulation, OIR, new tools to deal with CCRC bankruptcies. The CCRC portions of the bill, they again involved complex issues surrounding property, life, health care, as well as aspects from insurance practices. And they were raising concerns that the changes may cause CCRCs and related management companies to reconsider investing in Florida. We, again, FSLA respectfully oppose those bills, testifying against them in committee, working behind the scenes to inform the sponsors and the legislators of our concerns. We also met with the OIR Commissioner, Mike Urowski, during his leadership term to discuss the bills. Our meetings with OIR were wonderful. Some of the connections we have, we were able to meet with legislative staff, with the Deputy Secretary, with the Secretary. He came to our board luncheon during our legislative advocacy workshop. And that kind of influences and is very helpful in meeting with various people and letting them know what our concerns are. And not just meeting here, James and I, but hearing our board and hearing people who show up to hear the real world concerns you see. And again, ultimately that bill did not pass either. All right, so